Why can't we build a staircase into space? Let's imagine for a moment that you look up at the sky and think, you know what would make this easier? Stairs. No more rockets. No more countdowns. Just stairs. Step by step. All the way to the stars. Sounds simple, right? Just build a really tall staircase. One that goes from your backyard straight to orbit. Climb it slowly, take breaks, maybe bring a snack. Eventually, boom, you're in space. Sounds peaceful, elegant, almost charming, and completely impossible. Why? Because reality and gravity are giant buzzkills. Let's start with what we're actually talking about. A staircase into space means building a structure that reaches past the Kármán line, the official edge of space, 100 kilometers, 62 miles above Earth. That's higher than any building, tower, or hot air balloon we've ever made. For comparison, Mount Everest is about 8.8 kilometers tall. The International Space Station, about 400 kilometers above us. So, you're not just climbing a hill, you're climbing 12 Mount Everests one after another, into the vacuum. But okay, let's say you're ambitious. You want to build it. What's the first problem? Weight. A staircase is heavy. A staircase 100 kilometers tall is absurdly heavy. The material at the bottom has to support the weight of everything above it. Millions of steps, thousands of tons, all pushing down. It's like asking a toothpick to hold up a freight train, and the higher it goes, the worse it gets. At some point, the bottom step would be crushed into atoms. Steel would buckle, concrete would crack, even our strongest materials would cry out in exhaustion. Gravity doesn't care about your dreams, only about load-bearing limits. Then there's wind. At lower altitudes, your staircase is facing regular wind. Annoying, but manageable. At high altitudes, wind speeds can reach 300 kilometers per hour, and your tall, skinny staircase is basically a giant sail. A strong gust could rip it sideways or snap it like a pencil. You can't just tie it down. The anchors would need to be massive, and even then, they'd only hold so much. And what about vibrations? Earthquakes, tremors, passing trucks? A structure that tall would resonate like a tuning fork. A mild shake at the base could ripple up and cause catastrophic sway. Your staircase becomes a deadly metronome. Still not convinced? Let's talk temperature. At the ground level, it's maybe 20 degrees Celsius. Up in the stratosphere, 50 degrees Celsius. And in space, absolute zero. That's a drop of hundreds of degrees. Materials expand, contract, and eventually crack when exposed to such extremes. You'd have to invent a staircase that constantly adjusts its size without tearing itself apart. Not ideal. Then there's the practical side. You finally build the staircase. It's stable, it's anchored, it's miracle engineered to survive weight, wind, and cold. So, who's climbing it? To get to space, you'd be walking upstairs for days, maybe weeks, with no air after a certain point. No water, no gravity assist. Just step after step after step, while your body screams from exhaustion, and your brain asks why you didn't just take a rocket. And what if you fall? On a regular staircase, you tumble a bit, maybe break a leg. On this one, you fall for 100 kilometers. It's not just dangerous, it's game over. Even railings wouldn't save you. And don't get me started on cleaning the thing. Still, let's say we wanted to try. We could cheat and place it on a mountain to reduce the total height. Or make it an escalator. Nice and easy. But that doesn't fix the core problem. Earth's gravity and atmosphere actively hate tall things. We can't fight nature with ladders. That's why when scientists dream of reaching space without rockets, they don't think stairs. They think space elevators, long cables stretching to geostationary orbit, using counterweights and planetary rotation to hold themselves taut. But even those are still science fiction, waiting on new materials like carbon nanotubes or graphene, strong enough to lift, light enough to stretch. Not there yet. So, back to stairs. Why can't we build a staircase into space? Because Earth is heavy, space is high, physics is rude, and stairs, as noble and simple as they are, were never meant to reach the stars. But hey, it's a beautiful idea, climbing toward the cosmos, step by step. Just Maybe bring a rocket just in case.